Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Here's a look at security camera footage from a home in the Shadle neighborhood. You can see 2 people messing with those generators behind this mobile pet grooming van. Although nothing was stolen, the homeowner says it was still a scary situation. She and her boss could have been out a source of income had the couple had their way. As this weather is warming up, it might be the right time to make sure your items are locked up. KXLY's Vanessa Perez has what measures the woman is now taking.
Her work van was parked right here in the back of her home when those 2 people tried stealing the generators. She's now added 1 more camera and these signs that say security cameras in use. The pet grooming mobile van is now up and running after the attempted theft.
Definitely scary. I was very nervous that they would come back with bigger wire cutters. I normally back my van in and the generators are on the back, so I back up really close to the fence, which means they had to come all the way onto our property and right near our gate to our backyard, which leads straight into our house. And, you know, it's scary.
In the early morning hours Wednesday, the couple used bolt cutters to cut through the ratchet strap on the generators, but were not able to steal the generators themselves.
I don't know if they didn't see the camera. It's pretty plain to see. It's hard to miss. It's right there. Like, you can't miss it. They looked at it, I think, but with the signs, it just helps a little bit, you know, just double making sure they know that there's cameras and we will get them. So.
Hawk's an independent contractor, so she doesn't own the van. Had the thieves been successful, she, her boss, and coworkers would be out a source of income. She's hoping her new camera and signs will drive away potential thieves.
You know, it's just all about making it a little bit more inconvenient to take the thing, because these aren't malicious people. They're people who are taking an opportunity that is in front of them. So just remove the opportunity, make it a little more difficult, back up a little further. That's what I do now. Right up to the fence.
Hawk filed a police report to keep record. Meanwhile, Spokane police says it's seen a slight increase in car break-ins on the north end of Spokane.
It's a crime of opportunity, it truly is. We always encourage people, if you're going to leave your vehicle parked, grab all your personal items, even down to your garage door opener.
Valencia says even if your car is broken into and nothing is stolen, you should still call Crime Check. Reporting in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Some good advice there from our Vanessa Perez. Thanks for that. And we'll send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray with a look at your forecast. Matt, a great, beautiful Sunday out there.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible today. Your live conditions right now in the Spokane area, it's 55 in both locations. We are about to see some big changes, however, in your forecast, and that is right here. Rain chances that are going to be up in that 70, 80, 90% chances we head into this time tomorrow. So it's going to be a pretty big change, In the meantime, with those temperatures, man, just enjoy it. Dinner out on the deck, whatever outdoor plans you got for this evening here before the sun sets in about an hour. It's going to be pretty nice. We'll fall through the 40s. We're not going to be all that chilly tonight as those clouds continue to build across the inland northwest like a nice little insulating blanket. And so our lows tonight, we're only expecting to be into the upper 30s and low 40s. Here's what's going on as far as the radar picture goes. It's been a wet day in Portland. It's been a wet day in Vancouver and Seattle. The Tri-Cities starting to see very cloudy skies at this hour, and all of this will eventually push its way across the mountains into the inland northwest, and it's going to be sticking around for a while. You know, just a couple of weeks ago, we had a super kind of wet and soggy and miserable Monday. Well, it looks like tomorrow is going to be another one of those days. Coming up, I'll show you how long the rain is going to stick around, when we can get back into the 50s again, and we have to talk about maybe a small chance for some wintry weather ahead in your extended forecast.
All right, Matt, we're looking forward to that. Thank you. Tomorrow, the Coeur d'Alene Public School District is holding a special meeting to discuss the failed levies that left a $20 million hole in the school district's budget, putting 250 jobs on the chopping block. The district was hoping voters would pass a supplemental levy to pay for the school resource officers, nurses, arts, music, and sports programs. The district says the supplemental levy is essential. It makes up 25% of the operating budget. For the last 80 years, voters have approved it every 2 years. This time, the levy would have been permanent, which could have influenced voters to say no.
We'll lose a lot of teachers here. My class size will go from 30 to 40 probably, is a guess, 25% increase, somewhere around there. That's not good for kids. You lose the things that are good for kids like music, all kinds of arts. PE is not funded by the state. It's basically you're going to be here for history and science and math and language, which are all wonderful, but there's other things as well. So I think it's going to be devastating. This year I have.
The meeting begins at 4 o'clock. We'll be there to give you some updates as we learn more information tomorrow. Soon, part of North Idaho will have fewer options for labor and delivery services. 4 News Now confirmed that Bonner General Health in Sandpoint will close its obstetrics unit. Bonner General is one of just a few places for women to deliver their babies in North Idaho, and patients could have to travel as far as Kootenai Health in Coeur d'Alene to receive care. The hospital says it will no longer provide obstetrical services due to a recent loss of their pediatricians, and without the right people being able to deliver and care for these newborns, it's unethical to continue providing those services. The hospital also mentioned Idaho's political climate as a reason physicians are leaving the region. The statement reads in part, quote, the Idaho legislature continues to introduce and pass bills that criminalize physicians for medical care nationally recognized as the standard of good care. Consequences for Idaho physicians providing the standard of care may include civil litigation and criminal prosecution, leading to jail time or fines. You can read the full story on our website, kxly.com. On Friday, lawmakers in Olympia heard arguments on a bill that would increase the number of multifamily homes across the state. If it passed, it would allow duplexes in all residential areas in cities with more than 25,000 people and multifamily housing units in cities with more than 75,000 people. Supporters say the additional units would help deal with the housing crisis. Critics say it should be up to each city to address their specific housing issues. In our fast break to Houston coverage, we are less than an hour away from Gonzaga's second-round matchup in the NCAA tournament. The Bulldogs will go head-to-head against TCU for a spot in the Sweet 16. Let's not waste any time. Sports director Julian Minensone joins us live from Denver. Julian, what can you tell us over there?
Hey, Jordan, good evening. A lot of the fans have already made their way inside the arena. Creighton and Baylor, who are also in the Denver site for the NCAA tournament going on right now, and that'll be followed up by the game that we're all waiting for, Gonzaga and TCU. And a lot of the Gonzaga fans that I've seen going in and out of the arena, very businesslike, and that kind of reflects the mood of the team all week as this Gonzaga team is looking to make it to an 8th straight Sweet 16. This team has made it a habit of going to the Sweet 16 almost every year now, and that's a reflection of how their fans are feeling. UCLA will be waiting in the wings for the winner of this game between Gonzaga and TCU, and like I said, for the final spot in the Sweet 16 on the line.
Now, Julian, what we've got you here, I know that each round is a different kind of test. Nothing is guaranteed in these tournaments. So what does Gonzaga need to do tonight so they can secure a win and move on?
Well, Jordan, I'll give you 3 keys. First one, Drew Timme. Look for him to assert his dominance for Gonzaga. He had 21 points in the win over GCU the other night, but it was a very quiet 21 points, and he's going to be a focal point for the TCU Horned Frogs on the defensive end, so look for Drew Timme. Second thing for Gonzaga, they're going to have to stop Mike Miles Jr. He is the starting guard for TCU. He's an all Big 12 performer. He's an all AP performer, and big guards have given Gonzaga some fits over this year, so we'll see how Gonzaga is able to stop him because he's the engine that makes the Horned Frogs go. And the final thing, Gonzaga scores 87.5 points a game. That's the highest scoring total in the entire country. If Gonzaga does that, they will be in a great position to win this game tonight and to move on to the Sweet 16. Of course, tip-off is at 6:40 Spokane time. We'll have post-game coverage tonight on Nightside. Follow along on social media. Alex Crescenti and I will have all the coverage throughout the game and post-game. But for now, reporting live in Denver ahead of Gonzaga's second-round matchup in the NCAA tournament, Julian Minensone for News Now Sports.
A lot to keep our eye on there tonight, Julian. Thanks for that. And be sure to download the KXLY Plus app for exclusive content like behind-the-scenes video and press conferences on the Zags Fast Break to Houston. We'll all be watching. The Eastern men's basketball season has come to an end, losing to Oklahoma State University 71-60 in the second round of the NIT tournament. Oklahoma State was the #1 seed in that, a great run by Eastern. And still ahead here tonight, multiple states are pushing to ban abortion pills. Why supporters say it's meant to protect women, coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Car Wash Plaza.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
For a limited time only, get a new John Deere 1023E compact utility tractor with a 120E loader for only $199 per month. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for low monthly payments on top-of-the-line equipment that gets the job done, backed by our consistent quality customer service. Hurry in to your local Pape Machinery, Ag, and Turf store today to cash in on these limited-time offers and get your property ready for the spring ahead. Pape keeps you moving.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
We celebrate our 28th anniversary the same way any self-respecting casino would, by giving you a shot at $28,000. Qualify all month long with hot spins and super spins for your shot at the cash on April 1st. Anniversary specials for midweek rooms at the Kootenai Falls Lodge are just $59 or $89 for Riverview rooms. Grab some anniversary cash at the Kootenai Casino and book your March getaway. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation. 4 News Now is brought to you by the Tire Store.
Tonight is our first 7 o'clock sunset. That is great to say, although it does look like we're going to be robbed of that sunset by the clouds coming in across Spokane from this incoming storm system. It's going to bring us that rain tomorrow, but it is always fun this time of the year to see how much daylight we're gaining, and over the next month we'll end up with sunsets around 7:45. So it's going to be some good evenings here now that we are well past the spring forward, and hopefully we've all kind of adjusted at this point. You're going to have to adjust to some cooler temperatures tomorrow, cool rain on Monday, a chance for a wintry mix that night. And that is not the only time we could see a little bit of wintry precipitation here in the week ahead. Definitely not going to see any of that tonight. We got some very warm lows. We're only going to be down into the 40s around Moses Lake, Ritzville, into the LC Valley and around Grand Coulee. Mid-30s at coolest, and we'll be in the upper 30s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Our highs, though, however, going to be somewhere between 10, 12 degrees below where they were today, where we're talking about mid-40s in Spokane, mid-40s in Coeur d'Alene. Moses Lake gets up to 50 along with the LC Valley, but that is about it. And considering some parts of the valley did hit 60 today, yeah, that's going to feel just a little bit cooler. Just a little bit. We have a pretty good chance of rain pretty much every single hour of the day as we go through your Monday. It does look like it's going to be fairly soggy, and we could be getting up to around a quarter, maybe even more than a quarter of an inch of rain out of this. especially when you consider how steady that rain is going to be, or potentially will be, at least around parts of our region. So let's fast forward to the simulated radar. As we get into the morning drive, Pullman, Moscow, the LC Valley, Moses Lake, we'll start to see that rain begin to push its way in. Snow level is going to be fairly high, so I'm not too concerned about past travel conditions. Stevens Pass up above that 5,000-foot mark, however. That's one spot we got to watch out for in the Cascades. Now let's continue on through the simulation here. As you can see, as we head towards noon, that wet weather tracking itself into Spokane, into Coeur d'Alene. Now the exact track of the storm, the greater storm system that's going to push all this wet weather around, still going to be some wiggle room in there. So just keep that in mind, because that could certainly determine things that happen on Tuesday morning, which we're going to show you here. So looks like it is going to be a fairly wet afternoon, but then watch what happens here as we get into early Tuesday. Now at the 5 o'clock hour, this was positioned just about 50 miles further north, and that would put a little bit of light snow in on Tuesday morning around Spokane and around Coeur d'Alene. Now in this particular round of our computer, it is pushing things a little bit further south. So we're just going to have to wait and watch and see where it exactly sets up. When you're talking about basically the centers of these storms that are moving through actively, that can be a little bit tricky to nail down more than a couple of hours, more than a few hours ahead of time. So just something to watch out, that we will have a small snow chance as we're getting up on Tuesday morning somewhere around the inland northwest, wherever that sets up. Not going to be expected to be a ton of accumulation there, so we don't have to worry too much about that, but certainly would be a curiosity to wake up after this warm weekend and then wake up on Tuesday morning and see a little bit of snow. Now we're back up into the 50s fairly quickly as we dry out and see sunny weather again Wednesday into Thursday, but we have another system coming in right behind that one, so we're going to see lots of ups and downs this week and likely in the weeks to come with how the long-range models in the computers are playing out here. So this is Thursday afternoon, starting to see a couple of pop-up showers in the mountains. And then on Friday, some of that pushes down into the valleys, and it's more likely than not going to be a wintry mix or some graupel as opposed to just all rain, perhaps even a little bit of snow mixed in there as well. So going to be an interesting little forecast here as we go into Friday. That middle of the week looks really nice, though. And at least for now, looks like next weekend, even though it's going to be cooler, it is going to be dry.
All right, Matt. Hey, thanks for that. Around the nation here tonight, a growing number of conservative states are now taking steps to outlaw abortion pills. Wyoming becoming the first state to make abortion pills illegal. It does make exceptions for rape, incest, or if the mother's life is in danger. The governor also allowing a bill that would make getting an abortion a felony, with abortion providers facing up to 5 years in prison for performing the procedure. Over in Texas, a federal judge's ruling could overturn the FDA's approval of the pill. Supporters of the lawsuit arguing there are complications with the pill that are harming women.
We know in the pro-life movement that there are significant real risks associated with chemical abortion pills.
Meantime, protesters on the other side of the argument arguing this pill is the best option.
Patient abortion is the safest and most accessible option now for millions of women across the country.
Down south in Florida, Republicans advanced a bill proposing an abortion ban after 6 weeks. And abortion rights advocates say many women don't even know they're pregnant at 6 weeks, essentially making this an abortion ban, which they say will have lasting effects across the country. The U.S. government took a rare step to rescue the customers of a failed Silicon Valley bank, and Signature Bank First Republic Bank has received a $30 billion cash lifeline from 11 of the country's biggest lenders. Now, UBS announcing the takeover of a Credit Suisse to secure financial stability and protect the Swiss economy. Here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee with the details.
2 weeks before Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, the largest bank failure since the 2008 financial crisis, government filings show the bank's former CEO, Greg Becker, sold $3.6 million of the bank's stock back in February. Sources have confirmed to ABC News that the Justice Department and FBI are investigating the bank's collapse and possible insider trading. Becker's attorney telling ABC News, quote, "We believe Mr. Becker conducted himself appropriately at all times." First Republic Bank received a $30 billion lifeline from 11 of America's biggest lenders. Public filings showed the executive chairman of First Republic, Jim Herbert, sold more than $4 million in bank stock in January and February of this year. A spokesperson for Herbert telling ABC News the sales were part of estate planning and charitable donations. Amid turmoil in the regional banking sector, Bloomberg Bloomberg is reporting that billionaire investor Warren Buffett is in talks with officials from the Biden administration to offer cash lifelines to the struggling banks, something Buffett has done in the past. There are now growing calls for more bank regulations.
Roll back the ability of the Fed to weaken regulations and calling for these CEOs to be held accountable. And when you explode a bank, you ought to be banned from banking forever.
Swiss authorities already pumped more than $50 billion into Credit Suisse last week, yet wary investors have sent the stock down 30% in the past month. UBS announcing the takeover of the embattled bank Sunday. And now the Federal Reserve must weigh whether to raise interest rates again this week to try and cool inflation or take a pause in those rate hikes amid the market turmoil that has been fueled by recent bank failures. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
It's college tournament time at Turf Club Sportsbook, where suddenly every game's a big game. And that office pool you're in? Well, so much for that. This is real sports betting that goes beyond the bracket. All in a modern game day setting where you can take home a lot more than some intern's lunch money. Get off the sidelines and into the action at the all-new Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer, only at Northern Quest.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Let's go, Wolves! Load up!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Wherever you go, a Ford Explorer is the key to survival. Get 0% APR for 36 months on an in-stock 2022 Explorer. Only at your local Ford dealer.
You're building a home or updating an existing one. You want windows to be strong, beautiful, long-lasting, and durable. You want options to express creativity and increase your home's curb appeal. You want to feel secure in your investment. Then choose Milgard Windows and Doors from River City Glass. Both are industry leaders with the highest quality materials and windows that are backed by a lifetime warranty to include parts and labor. Residential and commercial, Milgard Windows and Doors. Call River City Glass today or visit their showroom at 6615 East Main.
All paws on deck with Ryder and the crew as they set sail in an all-new live stage show. Paw Patrol Live, The Great Pirate Adventure. X sparks the spot in this exciting, action-packed live show full of singing, dancing, and patrolling the high seas. For more information on how to join the heroic pups, you can go to pawpatrollive.com.
Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts, March 25th and 26th. For tickets, visit pawpatrollive.com.
Former President Donald Trump says he will be arrested on Tuesday, adding that it's in connection to an alleged hush money to film actress Stormy Daniels. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
Former President Trump taking to his social media app Saturday, claiming he will be arrested on Tuesday in relation to the Manhattan DA's investigation into alleged hush money payments made to porn star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. ABC News has not verified the claims, and the Manhattan DA providing no comment. Trump also calling on his supporters to protest. Former Trump administration official John Bolton saying the call has echoes of January 6th.
If he's calling people into the streets, this time he's seen the experience of January the 6th, and I think this is potentially very dangerous.
Shortly after his post, a Trump spokesperson in his statement saying in part that there is no notification from the DA on the arrest and insisting the former president is rightfully highlighting his innocence and the weaponization of our injustice system. This after a pivotal week in the criminal investigation. Daniels meeting with Manhattan prosecutors and former Trump attorney Michael Cohen testifying for about 5 hours in front of a grand jury about that alleged hush money payment.
I was working for a man who ultimately became president of the United States.
And yes, there were things that we did that were wrong. For example, the hush money payment.
Though questions now about whether prosecutors should pursue this case against the former president.
If you look at it from the big picture, you've got a tricky legal case in conjunction with one that could arguably help him politically.
Former Vice President Pence also weighing in an interview with ABC's John Carl.
The fact that the Manhattan DA thinks that indicting President Trump is his top priority, I think, just tells you everything you need to know about the radical left in this country. It just feels like a politically charged prosecution here.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by P1FCU.
Are you suffering from neuropathy? Do you experience stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet? Are you tired of sleepless nights and avoiding life due to pain? If you've been diagnosed with neuropathy or are experiencing pain or numbness in your feet, pick up the phone and call us right now before it's too late. Neuropathy is a very serious and progressive disease where your nerves start to break down. Eventually, it leads to balance problems, falls, complete loss of independence, and often amputation. Our program addresses the underlying causes and doesn't simply mask your symptoms with medication. In fact, many patients start experiencing relief from their neuropathy symptoms within weeks. There's no surgery and no use of prescription drugs. Pick up the phone right now and call the number on your screen to find out if you're a candidate for our neuropathy program that has changed thousands of lives. You don't have to spend another day suffering. Call us today and see if you qualify for the relief you deserve. Do not wait. Call now.
I'm Lynette. This is my husband, Arthur.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe we're in our 70s, huh?
I have recommended Consumer Cellular to so many people.
She was the one to convince me to come over to her side.
That's right.
Come over to Consumer Cellular and start saving. Get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month.
The coverage has been excellent.
You know, it gives us exactly what we want.
You should go with Consumer Cellular.
Switch today. Call or go online.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
There's a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Well, tomorrow, first day of spring, officially the spring equinox. How appropriate that we get some spring showers to kick things off.
Yeah.
And if that's not your cup of tea, Wednesday is looking like another beautiful day.
Oh, we're looking forward to that. This rain complementing the sunny weather we got.
Yeah, they go together like peanut butter and jelly.
See you tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.